Good afternoon and welcome to the news on Joy 99.7 FM. This bulletin is coming to you live from the Joy 99.7 FM studios in Kokomimne here in Accra. It's also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliates across the country including ATL FM, Cape Coast, Radio Max Takoradi, Jubilee FM in Keta and Kekeli Radio. It's on ABN Radio in London and around the world at myjoyonline.com. And coming up, 7 persons confirmed dead after 2 high-capacity passenger buses fully loaded with passengers collided head-on at the Accra-Kumasi Highway on Boxing Day.
Crash head-on with the VVIP, which resulted in about 7 deaths, and then several people also have injured. Another aspect is that even the female is a woman and the daughter, 3-month-old daughter, who have also perished.
We'll take you live to the scene for the latest. Also, several widows branded witches and locked up for decades at Dafiama in the Upper West region set free.
You marry a woman, stay with the person for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. And when you know that the woman is not usually, you call her witches and send her away. Now we said that this thing had to close.
Ghanaian and German scientists announced discovery of cure for elephantiasis. We have details, and later, day of appreciation as listeners of Joy FM pour out their hearts to people who impacted their lives this year.
The food that you brought, we ate it almost 6 months, and the money has let my son go to school, and now he's in level 200 now. And that thing Elizabeth did, it has, I don't understand, because he doesn't know me anywhere.
We also have the other side of former President John Mahama.
You know, he continues to live as if he's still a member of parliament. You'll be surprised the sorts of people you meet, the number of kids who are named after him. Every day there's a story you come across about how he has impacted some, not through his politics.
You want to stay for details? I'm Araba Koomson. Let's settle for the details now. 7 persons have been confirmed dead after 2 high-capacity passenger buses fully loaded with passengers collided head-on on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. Several others also sustained various degrees of injury and have been hospitalized. Let's take you live to the scene now and speak to Ohiming Tewia, who's following this for us. Ohiming, so bring us up to speed on how this actually happened.
Yes, Araba, at about 11:30 p.m. last night, 2 buses, one traveling from the Kumasi direction, specifically the VVIP bus, route from Sehiyoso to Kumasi through to Accra, and then the OA bus also traveling from the Kumasi, Accra-Kumasi direction to Sampa, collided head-on. According to police, the OA bus was trying to overtake a VIP bus ahead of it when the driver could not, overtake the vehicle, but rather ended up colliding head-on with the oncoming VVIP bus. 5 people died on the spot, and then 2 others also died at the hospital, we are told. The 7 include 5 males and 2 females, including a mother and her 3-month-old baby. They both lost their lives. I have been speaking to Superintendent Emmanuel Dubois, the Ashanti Regional MTTD commander, who says police have begun investigations into the matter. First, let's take a listen to Adriana Enyonam, who was on board the VVIP bus on her way to Accra to celebrate Christmas with her family.
Whilst I boarded the bus, I fell asleep, so I just heard a noise. I was on the floor. I managed to pick my purse and my phone, and then I managed to escape through the window and then got my bag. As for me, I didn't get hurt, but many of them got hurt on the leg and then on their heads. I felt some pains in my bones. People were rushing out, and then the doors too couldn't open. And then inside the bus, there were no lights too, because it happened impromptu. So people were rushing. See, I'm small, so I could hardly come out, so I just jumped through the window.
Did you see some of the victims?
Yes, someone had his eye come out, and then someone had a head cut, someone had the hand flesh come out, and other stuff.
It must be a very horrible scene for you.
Yes, it was horrible. I had not experienced any accidents before. This is my first time, and then.
People you say probably saved you because you said other people on board the bus got hurt, and you yourself, you are even lucky that you are not even hospitalized.
I would say that it's only God who helped me because I was asleep. I didn't know what happened. I just woke up and then jumped through the window. So it's only God who saved me.
Were you expecting to spend Christmas with your families, or maybe you had no plans? The Christmas was not part of your plans?
Christmas was part of my plans because I had to go and stay with my parents in Seshi after SHS. So my friends were missing me in Accra. They told me to come. I was supposed to go on Monday, but I was waiting for last market so I could buy stuffs and send them to Accra. So I had to come today, and then this is what happened to us on our way back.
So that's an eyewitness giving an account of that gory accident. But Ohime is still with us on the line. Ohime, we understand the police MTTD has launched investigations into this. What have they been saying?
The Ashanti Regional MTT Commander, Superintendent Emmanuel Dubois, who has been to the scene and followed up to visit the victims, some at the Konongo Dumasi Government Hospital, says they will continue with the investigations to ascertain the cause of the accident. Let's take a listen to it.
The information we are gathering, which is yet to be investigated and then come out with the results, is that the vehicle, the OA, attempted or was trying to overtake the VIP, and you could see from the curve over there, that was what we were told, that is where he started with the overtaking. And as a result, I think he couldn't finish with whatever he was doing, and then he crashed head on with the VVIP, which resulted in about 7 deaths for now, and then several people also have injured. So far, we have 5 males and then 2 females who have lost their lives. Another aspect is that even the female is a woman, and the daughter, 3-month-old daughter, who have also perished, making the 2.
Has any of the victims been identified so far?
For now, it is the driver of the VVIP who has been identified, because the driver also died on the spot. Like I said, 5 of them died at the spot and 2 died at the hospital. So the driver of the VVIP has been identified. So I'll use this medium or this opportunity to reach out to all Ghanaians whose relatives have told them they are traveling from one place to the other who haven't reached home, to contact us, or especially the Konongo Division MTTD, to find out whether any of them or any relative have been trapped here or has been admitted at any of the hospitals.
So how many people do we have at the hospital now?
So far, we have about 47 people at the various hospitals, and some have also been referred. About 5 of them have been referred to Konfarachi Teaching Hospital.
Working as MTTD commander, these are one of the things that probably may come to your attention. The Konongo, Kwi, Ohinen Kwanta, and then Nobuam Duampompo stretch has become almost a death trap. What probably could be causing these accidents on this stretch?
One of the risk factors, speeding is one of the risk factors. You could see the stretch. Whilst we are all praying and trying to get good roads, these are the same good roads that are sometimes also killing us. The road is already there because it is good. You see people driving with the excessive speeding. I know excessive speeding also sometimes go with wrongful overtaking. So these are some of the major causes. This one that happened around 11:30 thereabout. 11:30 thereabout. You could not relate it to any other cause apart from, if it is true, this is one of the crashes that could have been prevented.
So you heard the head of the Ashanti Regional MTTD, Superintendent Edu Boahin. Let's head to the Upper West region now, where widows at Dafiama in the Dafiama Busie Issa district, who hitherto were tagged as witches, are now heaving a sigh of relief. This follows the formation of the St. Monica's Widows Association that is championing the rights of widows in the community. Founder of the association, Reverend Sister Gabriela, was worried women who lost their husbands were accused of being witches. Joy News' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
The association was formed 24 years ago by 83-year-old Reverend Sister Gabriela Nonang.
And then sometimes if somebody died in the house, they say he's the one, the person. They call her witch. Sometimes they chase her away to go to the bush or to go to her parents in their family house. This time that this association opened till now, I never hear that they chase anybody away. I said that I don't want anybody to say that anybody is a wishes. You marry a woman, stay with the person for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. And when you know that the woman is not usually, you call her wishes and send her away. Now we said that this thing had to close.
Justice Kwesi Boakye, with support from her UK-based sister, Beverly Odderson, and her daughter, Ila, has in the past made several donations to the St. Monica Widows Association. This year is therefore not different, as they presented to them for the festive season 4 bags of local rice, 4 boxes of cooking oil, used clothes and footwear.
I don't understand the language very much, but I'm sure they have also expressed the joy in the little things I've been able to do for them in the Dagari music. I say I am proud. My sister who has been helping is also proud. And we promise that whatever we have to do to help them to continue with this joy, we will do so. Whether we are here or not, we will continue to do so until we leave this earth.
Sister Gabriela was grateful to the supervising High Court judge for the kind gesture.
The way how they helping us every year, bring us all a lot of things, clothing, rice, shoes, and everything. I said that only God will help them. Only God will turn them for me. Only God will reward them for me.
Reporting for MiddayNews, Rafik Salam, Dafiema.
Now, about 120 million people in tropical and subtropical areas globally are infected with lymphatic filariasis, commonly called elephantiasis, a condition characterized by swollen legs, arms, and even reproductive organs. Its economic implication on individual victims and countries is huge due to the inability of infected persons to work. Thankfully, researchers from Ghana and Germany are reporting discovery of a cure in a joint initiative. Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, as well as the Institute of Medical Microbiology, Immunology and Parasitology, University of Bonn, are behind the feat. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah traces how the scientists made the medical breakthrough.
Lymphatic filariasis is a worm disease caused by Uchira bankruptcy and Buja malari. But in West Africa or in Africa, it is basically caused by Uchira bankruptcy.
Professor Alexander Yaudebra is principal investigator at the Filariasis Project Ghana.
It is found in Africa, Asia and Pacific. And so far, it is estimated that about 140 million people are infected and about 1.2 billion people are at risk. And in Ghana, for instance, it is found in all the northern regions, the 3 northern regions, and it's also found in the western region, Isma East and Ahanta West district.
The disease is marked by severe swelling in the arms, legs, breast in women, and genitals in men.
And when we have the infection, it leads to what is called lymphedema, which could eventually lead to elephantiasis of the leg or elephantiasis of the scrotum.
The lymph system maintains the body's fluid balance and fights infection. Surprisingly, that is the abode of filaria, thread-like worms which cause lymphatic filariasis, globally called elephantiasis. Mosquitoes are transmitting agents from person to person through bites. Mosquitoes take up the worms which rest, develop, and subsequently are injected into human skin by the blood-sucking insect. Professor Deborah's counterpart in the Filariasis project in Germany is Professor Achim Horaf.
And then it takes like a year for this little tiny worm to grow to a length of this. 30 centimeters is no exception. And then these adult worms, they live for 10 years, 15 years.
In 2015, Japanese biochemist Satoshi Omura and Irish-American biologist William Cecil Campbell were awarded with the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the discovery of the drug ivermectin. ivermectin is for treating parasite infestations such as head lice, onchocerciasis or river blindness, and lymphatic filariasis.
Kwesi Deborah filed that report. Now, traders at the Dodowa market in Shai Osudoku district of the Greater Accra region say they will resist attempts by local authorities to evict them. The traders are being evicted to make way for the reconstruction of a new trading post. According to them, they were given short notice without a proper plan to provide an alternative. Take a listen to one of them.
They give us 2 weeks to move away from here because we have been told that the market is going to be built.
Well, one of the leaders of the market, Grace Ado, however, says the complaints must not be an obstacle to the project.
You cannot move your container to the other side because that place, send your container to the other side is going to be a problem. So you send your container home and then you join someone over there with a table, so you do your business on the tabletop so that the market can be built for us. That is what they have discussed with us, and that is what we also the leaders of the market to have agreed upon. When we talk of getting every individual, my brother, we are talking of a market and dealing with numerous people. There is no situation whereby you can get all people saying one thing. There is no situation. Even when in Ghana it comes to elections, you will get some voting yes and some voting no. Since we came here, before you are given a permit for you to put your container down, they will tell you it is temporary.
Well, District Chief Executive for Shai Osudoku, Daniel Ekufu, is urging the traders to keep calm and reassures them that relocation will be done in phases.
We have been in talks. We've engaged the leadership of the market. We've been to the market. We've also invited the leaders to the assembly, and we all agreed. As we speak, there is a land directly opposite the market, and we have spoken to the landowner to release the land temporarily for relocation of some traders to move to the new place, whilst we allow about half of the traders, because we want to do it in phases, so we are not moving all the traders from the market, but a part that will start in construction, then we will relocate them to the land opposite the market.
You heard DCE for Shai Osudoku, Daniel Ekufu there. You're listening to the news here on Joy 99.7 FM. Stories gone by. 7 persons confirmed dead after 2 high-capacity passenger buses fully loaded with passengers collided head-on the Accra Highway, Kumasi Highway on Boxing Day. That's today. And several widows branded witches and locked up for decades at Dafiama in the Upper West region set free. Still ahead, Day of Appreciation as listeners of Joy FM pour out their hearts to people who impacted their lives this year.
The food that you brought, we ate it almost 6 months, and the money has let my son go to school, and now it's in level 200 now. And that thing Elizabeth did, it has, I don't understand, because it doesn't know me anywhere.
We'll also tell you the other side of former President John Mahama.
You know, he continues to live as if he's still a member of parliament. You'll be surprised the sorts of people you meet, the number of kids who are named after him. Every day there's a story you come across about how he has impacted some, not through his politics.
Details of all this plus sports after the break.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation. Over the past 45 years, we've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products, and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
Abi you know Voltic? Like 20 years now, me them up at this. If Voltic will take quench when I test, as we they pick when I move for town. Shy! But right there, the bottle change. Same Voltic inside some fresh bottle pub, baby. We change inside Jack. The new 500 ml Voltic eco-friendly bottle has 7% less plastic. Same water quality, same Voltic you've known for years. Enjoy, twist, recycle. Voltic, naturally. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Start making the simple things simpler. Start using your MasterCard instead of cash. Start buying groceries, shopping online, or at your favorite store, all using your MasterCard. Start enjoying the freedom of a MasterCard in your pocket, knowing the simple things are taken care of with easy, safe, and secure transactions. Ask your bank for your MasterCard. Better than cash.
Joy 99.7 FM.
You're welcome back to the news, and it's time for sports. Nathaniel Atto joins me in the studio now, and we're talking about boxing. Is it because today is Boxing Day?
Well, the sport of boxing is aligning with this day, and we see it as an accolade because it doesn't necessarily mean boxing or the sport boxing. It's more about
some people think it actually
putting
means that.
presents in boxes and sharing them on this day. But another installment of the Azuma Nelson Fight Night is coming off at the Bukom Boxing Arena tomorrow evening. And headlining the bill is Michael One Bullet Ansah. I know you're very curious about that nickname, but Michael One Bullet Ansah is the reigning national lightweight champion, and he will be defending that in addition to a new title called the Pacific lightweight title. Now, on the phone line and joining me to give us an update of what has happened at the weigh-in at the Bukom Boxing Arena is Yao Sechi, who is the lead organizer at Azuma Nelson Boxing Promotions. Yao, thank you very much for your time here on the Joy Midday News. Tell me how successful the weigh-in went and what everybody should look forward to tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, Nat, for the opportunity, and let me say good afternoon to our listeners. Yes, we just finished the weigh-in. It was very successful. All the boxers made the weight, well, with the exception of a few who are to go around, dash to the beach, and stretch a little bit to come back and make the weight. It's been very successful. Just like you said, the reference point of boxing in Africa, Azuma Nelson, it's once again partnering ABSA, the Year of Return, Goal, and a few other partners to bring together yet another classic boxing event tomorrow. It starts at 6 p.m. and so if you don't have a ticket, you know what to do. Make sure you grab your ticket. Come tomorrow and enjoy. We think that as part of the Year of Return, you listen to a lot of events happening and it's all about music. We think people who have come to this country need an opportunity to see the kind of boxing that the world have come to know and respect it. And that is why Champ is partnering all these groups to bring together the Azuma Nelson Fight Night, nicknamed the Year of Return edition, happening at the Bukom Boxing Arena at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Yao Sechi is lead organizer at Azuma Nelson Boxing Promotions. And Araba, I mean, I love the lipstick. I'd want to see this at ringside, Araba. And this, you should come over and watch some live boxing tomorrow.
What does my lipstick have to do with boxing?
It adds to the color around around the ringside.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at ringside.
I'll put in an appearance. Thank you very much, Nathaniel Atto, for sports. Now, major streets and intersections in the once garden city of Kumasi have been taken over by stray animals, especially cattle. The age-old phenomenon appears to have worsened due perhaps to high demand for livestock for Christmas festivities. Besides the public nuisance and danger, sanitation is a major worry as the animals leave their droppings along the streets with little or no action by authorities. The story, however, is different in the eastern region town of Banka, where community leaders generate income from stray animals for communal benefit. Love FM's Nanaya Ojima traveled to the community and puts the spotlight on the innovation in the following report.
On the Asokwa Aloga Junction Highway in Kumasi, about 15 cattle attempt to cross the road. They obstruct traffic flow, even though the lights show green, signaling vehicles to move. Evangelist Alex is resident of Kase, one of the areas with high incidence of stray cattle.
I was moving from Ahojo to Kase with my children. From nowhere, a cattle ran into the middle of the road. Fortunately, I spotted it early, so I applied the brake. It was very close.
Stray animal phenomenon is unrestricted to these two places. Top High, near KNUST Junction, on the main Kumasi-Accra road, has its own issues with cattle. Dealing with stray animals is a responsibility of city authorities, whose repeated warning to animal owners have always fallen on deaf ears. Here is Environmental Health Officer at Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Isaac Basanyin, on challenges to enforcement of the law.
The only thing, as I told you, is the people that are going to arrest, who are the cowboys. They were trying to charge about 100 cedis per arrest, and of which I would think is too high.
At Banka, a farming community in the eastern region, similar situation prevails, mainly with goats and sheep. Farm produce, as well as backyard gardens, are constantly under siege, leaving crops completely destroyed and farmers in huge losses.
Nana Yajima filed that report. Now, 2019 is almost ending, but what is uncertain is what 2020 holds. But for excellence in business and personal development, the Managing Director of Stanbic Bank, Alassane Andani, has some points to help you overcome challenges and excel. He spoke on the Super Morning Show with Kojo Yankson.
That self-worth for me was, what am I here for? I was here for education. And that was a true measure, and the fact that I could dive in and make sense of what was being taught and demonstrate equality and with my colleagues was just it for me. So nothing else material that was temporary mattered. So that self-worth is there, and don't think that what you have is inferior. It's a tapestry. It's a tapestry of ideas. God doesn't give it to one person. So that what is in you matters, and when you bring it out and everybody else comes up, then you have that beautiful, tapestry that everybody would admire.
Then the second one.
For some time now, I spend a lot of time meditating. I just meditate and bring myself to that nothingness, that point that that point of insignificance. And then from there you can then begin to see the big picture. But if you just feel yourself that you think you know it, and there isn't much you can take on, then your lateral of growth is very limited.
Managing Director of Stanbic Bank, Alassane Andani there. Now, today is Boxing Day, celebrated after Christmas. It's a day dedicated to exchange of gifts, but on the Super Morning Show today, listeners showed appreciation to persons who have impacted their lives this year.
Mr. Leslie at JFM. I want everybody who is in JFM should help me to thank that man. Leslie don't know me anywhere, and I'm blind. The moment he heard my voice on radio, that very day, he went to his friends in social network, get that a very huge money, not a small money, food that I was not having a cup of rice in the house. This just 1 year today, I think it's coming. He came to my house. He heard me on Thursday. He came there on Saturday. The food that he brought, we ate it almost 6 months, and the money has let my son go to school, and now he's in level 200 now. And that thing Leslie did, I don't understand, because he doesn't know me anywhere, madam. Because I'm a blind woman. This man did a job for me, and I don't know what to say. So anywhere that Leslie is, tell him, or anybody who knows him, to said, Nana said, what he did for me, I've been playing. Anytime I go on my knees, I said, gosh, if the money is not a small money, nobody can do that. He did for me.
I want to say a very big thank you to Philip Akudugu Abogore. He's in Accra, Mensa Bar.
We also say thank you to all our cherished listeners. Well, special aid to former President John Mahama, Joyce Bar Mokhtar, says the former head of state continues to assist people with various concerns.
If it is gratitude towards a family member, you can take it for granted. If it is gratitude from your mother, your parents, your siblings, of course, it is their duty is their obligation erga omnes. But when it comes to those individuals, and sometimes I look back to persons I've met over the years who have been touched, especially by the boss, President Mahama's relationship and interactions with them. He continues to live as if he's still a member of parliament. You'll be surprised the sorts of people you meet, the number of kids who are named after him. Every day there's a story you come across about how he has impacted some, not through his politics, just through his own private interactions with people.
Special aid to former President John Mahama, Joyce Bar Mokhtari there. Meanwhile, as you celebrate Boxing Day, Health Minister Kweku Agyeman wants you to be moderate in your merry making. So take that advice. But before we go, let's check what's trending on social media. MFA Nancy Tradosi joins me in the studio. So what's trending?
So Rapaholic 19 is trending.
Okay.
And also, guess what? Xmas in Tadi is trending. I'm surprised to say in Accra, not in Takrady, but it's
and
really
I have
trending.
family there too.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but I mean, we have to work. So
yeah. So this one is from Nia, and it says the Takrady guys have won this year's Christmas Jam with their masquerade costumes, beautiful people, and day 2 of the masquerade was real. Papi, you have redefined Christmas in GH entirely with the Tadi Xmas Carnival. Kudos G, and that's also from Trick Dad. And also we have others saying that Christmas is not over, but the fun is not. Wishing you an amazing Boxing Day full of happiness and lots of love. If you're not in Takrady yet, make sure you are there. This one is also for the Rapaholic 19 concert. People are saying that it was energetic, it was beautiful, and certainly they can't wait to be there in 2020. Araba,
I can imagine all the activities going on. One activity you shouldn't also miss, it's going on today actually. It's the Wache Festival. So if you're a Wache lover, please head over to Jolu. There's a festival going on there.
Sure,
but that's how
heading there.
Definitely. But that's how we end the news. Our top story: 7 persons confirmed dead after 2 high-capacity passenger buses fully loaded with passengers collided head-on the Accra Kumasi Highway on Boxing Day. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a happy Boxing Day.